In the previous video, we saw certain divisibility tests like that of 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, etc. So in this particular lecture, we are going to study how to derive divisibility tests of certain numbers. Remember, all the numbers cannot and do not have divisibility tests. Or if they have, it is a little bit lengthy. But there are certain things that we can do. For example, we can derive the divisibility test of 6. Since we know 6 is 2 multiplied by 3, a number divisible both by 2 and by 3 is also divisible by 6. For instance, if you need to find if 248 is divisible by 6 or not, we need to see if it is divisible by 2 as well as 3. Since this is an even number, it is definitely divisible by 2. And in order to know the divisibility test of 3, we need to add all the 3 numbers. So 2 plus 4 is 6, and 6 plus 8 is 14, and 14 is not divisible by 3. So this number 248 is not divisible by 6. It needs to be divisible by both 2 and 3. Let us consider 90 also. Since this number is an even number, it has a 0 in its units place, it is divisible by 2. And since 9 plus 0 is 9 and 9 goes in the table of 3, it is also divisible by 3. Therefore, 90 is divisible by 6. Similarly, we can derive the divisibility test for 30. As we know, 30 is made up of 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 5. A number which is divisible by 2 as well as divisible by 3 as well as divisible by 5 is also divisible by 30. For example, that number needs to be an even number. That number should be either 0 or 5, having as the units place, and sum of all the digits should be divisible by 3. Or we can also state it as it is 3 multiplied by 10. So a number that is divisible by 3, and we know the divisibility test for 10 is the last digit should be 0. So this is even easier and simpler in order to find the divisibility test for 30. For instance, 273, the last digit is not 0. So it is not divisible by 10. And since it is not divisible by 10, it is not divisible by 30. So you need not even see if it is actually divisible by 3 or not. And then 960, this number is divisible by 10 because it has 0 in the units place. And 9 plus 6 is 15, 15 plus 0 is 15, so it is also divisible by 3. So since it is divisible by both 3 and 10, it is divisible by 30. Let's take one more example. Divisibility test for 18. As 18 is made up of 2 and 9, it should be divisible by 2 as well as 9. So let us take 36. 36 is divisible by 2 since it's an even number, and 3 plus 6 is 9 and 9 comes in the table of 9, so it is divisible by 9 also. Therefore 36 is divisible by 18. Similarly, 27. 27 is not divisible by 2 because it is an odd number. So no need to check with 9. There is no need to check, and we can say that 36 is not divisible by 18. Similarly, 50. 50 is an even number. It has 0 in the units place, so it is divisible by 2. But 5 plus 0 is 5, and 5 is not divisible by 9. So 50 is not divisible by 18. But take one care. If you want to find, let's say, the divisibility test for 4, we cannot split 4 as 2 into 2. Remember, these factors should not repeat to derive a divisibility test. So we have a separate divisibility test for 4, and similarly we have a separate divisibility test for 8 because these numbers should not repeat. So in order to find the divisibility test for certain numbers, we can derive them, but care needs to be taken. Thank you for watching.